Factors affecting human population growth. The objectives of this lesson are to assess the factors affecting population growth rate and to assess the effectiveness of population control methods and measures. Population growth rate. A population, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, is all the people living in a particular country, area, or place. For example, the population of Z country is 1.5 million people. Population growth rate, according to the UN, is the average annual rate of change of population size during a specified period. Displayed below is the absolute increase in global population per year till 2020 and the projected change in population for the near future. As we can see, the projection shows a decline in population size. Let us explore why this may become a reality in the future. Factors affecting population growth rate. These are drivers that cause a change in the population, either an increase or decrease over an extended period of time. Some of these factors include culture, religion, level and cost of education, social and economic status of women, availability of pension schemes, level of affluence, and economic development. Culture. Culture is considered to be what is learnt by an individual born into a family. Aspects learned can be religion, language, customs, or traditions, just to name a few. The individual's choice of culture can be changed at some point in their lives. Population growth rate can therefore be affected by culture as it is slowed down. For example, in countries such as India, a custom is for young ladies, even in their teens, to get married at an early age. This would increase population growth rate since women would begin having children at an early age and would, a lot of the time, have many children. Not all cultural practices would cause an increase in population growth rate, however. Some may even cause it to slow down. Religion. Religion is considered a cultural aspect and is also a factor that affects population growth. Most religions do not condone the use of contraceptives and encourage their followers to go forth and multiply and have big families. For example, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam are some of those. This would cause an increase in population growth rate. Level and cost of education. In society today, most young people have opted to further their education past the high school stage into the tertiary level, which would require an additional 3 years for the least. This means that focus is spent on furthering studies and not on creating a family. This would slow down population growth rate. On the other hand, for a lot of persons, the cost of education can be a challenge. Locally, education at all levels is fairly affordable, even free. Therefore, more young people have the opportunity to obtain a higher level of education. However, in some places internationally, it still poses a challenge. Hence, a significant number of people would stop their further studies after the high school level or even before that. Families can be started earlier as a result. Population growth rate is therefore increased. Social and economic status of women. Compared to society long ago, Most women now have equal rights to job opportunities and high positions in the workforce. As a result, the focus on being a housewife and mother has been deferred. Women now aim to complete their education and pursue jobs before settling down to have a family. Here we tend to find more women starting families in their 30s. This therefore slows down the population growth rate. Availability of pension schemes. For those countries that have pension schemes, persons, when planning towards their future in the elderly stage, no longer consider having much children, since they would have a fund to support themselves when the time comes through pension checks. Previously, parents would depend on their children taking care of them and financially supporting them in their old age or retirement. Level of affluence. Affluence relates to the average consumption of each person in the population. Based on the consumption rate of persons worldwide, if population continues to grow, the deficit in resources can rise to critical levels. Therefore, to remediate this issue, in some countries, persons are encouraged to have less children, hence slowing down the population growth rate. Economic development. Economic development brought higher standards of living, better food, adequate clothing, shelter, and protection from natural disasters such as drought or famine. Medical facilities and health care were also improved. All these led to a decrease in infant mortality, healthier people, and a longer life expectancy. Can you think of any other driving forces that affect population growth rates? Population control methods and measures. Measures can be direct or indirect. Direct measures are those that are purposely done to control a population. The methods we will be focusing on are family planning methods and measures and government policies. Indirect measures are those that were unplanned and unaccounted for. For example, natural disasters. Direct measures. Family planning methods and measures. Family planning methods and measures focus on slowing down population growth rate. Methods include various forms of contraceptives. For example, birth control medication, condoms, intrauterine devices, just to name a few. Family planning and counseling is also offered. As a result, conception and birth rate is decreased. Government policies. In some countries, it is necessary to enforce stringent policies to control the population growth rate due to overpopulation. Some of these policies include removal of the remaining barriers in countries that inhibit access to family planning services, information and education, as well as to help support the provision of reproductive health and family planning services as widely as possible. The empowerment of women and the improvement of their political, social, economic, and health status are highly important ends in themselves. China's one-child policy and India's two-child policy has put limitations on families of these countries on how many children they can have. Violation of these policies is punishable by law. Indirect measures. Natural disasters. Natural disasters are phenomena that are either predictable or unpredictable. For example, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, or droughts. Regardless of predictability, natural disasters cause approximately 60,000 deaths per year. Some years more, some years less. This amount can represent just a single country affected by a natural disaster. This causes the population growth rate to slow down due to the incidence of deaths and the recovery period after the disaster strikes. In summary, we have learned that population growth rate according to the UN is the average annual rate of change of population size during a specified period. Factors affecting population growth rate include culture, religion, level and cost of education, social and economic status of women, availability of pension schemes, level of affluence, and economic development. Culture is an umbrella for most of the factors discussed. Population control methods and measures can be direct or indirect. Direct measures include family planning methods and measures and government policies. These are controlled measures. Indirect measures look at natural disasters. These measures are uncontrollable. We hope that this lesson covered all the bases required for the CAPE Environmental Science syllabus on factors affecting human population and growth. Disclaimer: all images and animations used in this video belong to the author. Thank you.